The past few seasons for the Houston Rockets have been an absolute roller coaster. Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, now John Wall. It feels like every star that has graced the Rockets roster has been a scapegoat at some point. Even James Harden has been scapegoated for a lot of the Rockets' downfalls. Look, Harden was never perfect, but here's the thing. He should have never had to be. Say whatever you want about James Harden, but I don't think anybody's going to argue that he is an impact player. Harden has elevated many rosters that had no business doing the damage that they did. That Rockets series versus the Golden State Warriors that went to 7 games is one that will rest in my heart forever, because the Rockets were right there and nothing went their way.
A lot of those plays here today, and especially James Harden, as we bring in Steve Javie. And Steve, these look like contacts that have not been called.
Yeah, Mike, when you look at it, what I look at first and what these referees will look at most likely as they watch the film is look at the defender. And the defender jumps into the space of the offensive player, not giving him a chance to land. So these 3 that we're looking at should be fouls. Now, what happens sometimes is that
I think a lot of basketball fans don't truly realize how close certain things are to happening, how one move could change the entire landscape of the NBA, or at least the landscape of your favorite franchise. What ifs are fun. They treat our appetite for the unknown, which is why I can't help but wonder, what if the Rockets went into a different direction this offseason? Before we go any further, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. You will not want to miss another Get Like Coop video, and that's facts. If you guys enjoy my content, you'll probably enjoy my streams. The link to my stream is going to be in the description below. In that same description, you'll also find the link to my NFL channel, a channel that I strongly advise you guys to check out if you enjoy NFL football. Yesterday, Victor Oladipo made it known that he had no interest in signing a $45.2 million extension with the Houston Rockets. This extension was the largest extension that the Rockets could possibly offer. Now, with Oladipo passing on this massive contract extension, it's assumed that Oladipo wants a long-term deal. When you look at some of the injury issues that Oladipo has had, extending him beyond 2 years would be somewhat of a risk. That risk is magnified by the amount of money that Victor Oladipo is going to warrant. When it comes to Victor Oladipo, we know he has talent. When healthy, I definitely think he's one of the better guards in the NBA. He has immense defensive potential, and offensively, he's shown the ability to create shots, get to the basket, and finish. Oladipo's best season was with the Pacers in 2017-2018. He shot 48% from the field, 37% from 3, and averaged 23.1 points per game. Depot was big time. I like his work ethic. I like his mindset. I like his potential and upside, even though he's 28 years old. What I don't like are the injuries. What I don't like is the decrease in efficiency. And what I really don't like is Oladipo signing with a team that he's not going to put over the hump. In other words, Oladipo isn't going to turn the Rockets into contenders. What is the risk reward here? To sell tickets? Depot in Miami? Now that would be fun. I see the upside. He fits the culture. And while Miami wasn't playing their best basketball early this season, here they come. I don't think anybody would be shocked if the Miami Heat made a deep playoff run. I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this video. Everybody that knows me knows that I love the Rockets. They know I reside in Houston. There's a chance that they also know that I'm incredibly high on Caris Levert. And I wish the Rockets were too. How do you watch Caris Levert go 15 of 23, shoot 7 of 9 from the three-point line, drop 43 versus Memphis the 8th of January, and then say, you know what? Give me Oladipo. I love Depot. He's good. But Levert has been screaming, I need more minutes, I need more time. A little opportunity never hurt anybody. When the Nets needed Levert to step up, he showed everybody what he was capable of. He's only 26 years old. He's been getting better every season. I think it's only a matter of time before everybody realizes how good Levert really is and the mistake that the Rockets have made. But check it out. Here's the thing. The Rockets and their mistakes go far beyond just Caris Levert. We're going to get into that in just a second. Depot knows he's in a position of power in Houston or wherever he ends up. When it comes to Depot, the Rockets have to give him his money or risk losing an asset for nothing, or they could possibly trade him. But if Depot doesn't commit to the team that he's traded to, then his value plummets while also shrinking the list of teams that could potentially be interested. When James Harden said this,
"We're just not good enough. We don't obviously chemistry, talent-wise, just everything." And it was clear. I've done everything that I can. This situation is crazy. It's something that I don't think can be fixed. So
I was like, oh yeah, Harden to Brooklyn is happening. At that point, it was all about the return. As a major supporter of the Rockets, I can't tell you how excited I was when the Harden trade news finally broke and I saw Brooklyn was one of the main teams in the deal. Now, when I saw the Rockets return, it was tough to be mad. Brooklyn's 3 unprotected first-round draft picks, 2022, 2024, 2026, plus pick swaps in 2021, 2023, 2025, and 2027. Also, the Rockets got Milwaukee's 2022 first-round pick, along with Depot, Exum, and Karooks. When there are deals that involve a lot of picks, sometimes you just get overwhelmed by the number of picks and the swaps, and you're like, wow, great deal. So originally that was me. I sat back and I was like, man, that's a lot of picks. Then as I sat back, I started wondering to myself, how did the Nets do it? They didn't trade Caris Levert and they didn't trade Jared Allen. In my mind, if James Harden was getting traded to the Nets, Allen and Levert would have to be involved, not just involved, they would have to be coming to Houston. It turns out both of these players were involved. They just didn't end up in Houston. Now, we've talked about Levert earlier. I feel the same way about Allen. I know the Rockets already had Christian Wood. I know how good Christian Wood is and has been. This guy is going to be an all-star in coming seasons. That being said, if I'm the Rockets, I'm pairing Jared Allen with Christian Wood. I understand the Rockets want to play small, but Jared Allen simply has too much potential for me to trade away for picks. On defense, Jared Allen has Rudy Gobert type upside. He's long, he's rangy, and he's averaging 2 blocks per game since getting traded to Cleveland. Offensively, Jared Allen has touch. He can score around the basket. He's one of the best finishers in the league. He's a giant lob target. Everybody loves to talk about stretches. Sometimes I feel like being that lob target can be equally effective. It's hard to guard somebody with a big catch radius that can go up, get the basketball, and finish at the rim. It keeps the defense honest. You know what also keeps the defense honest? Remember we just talked about stretches? The ability to shoot the 3 ball. On low volume, Jared Allen is shooting 50% from 3 in Cleveland. To me, Jared Allen is the perfect mix of modern and old school NBA big. You want free throw shooting, touch, and threes? He's got you. You want rebounding and block shots? He's got you too. And here's the scary thing. He's 22. He's only going to get better. While Allen and Wood would have been somewhat of a weird fit, I'm all about weird. You can be the standard or you can chase it. Let's talk picks. Milwaukee's 2022 first-round pick might as well be a second-round pick. Brooklyn's 2022 and 2024 picks are probably going to be really, really late picks. The same with the swaps in 2021 and 2023. 2025 and 2027 are so far away that I'm not even going to speculate. Now, of course, anything could happen and all of these picks could turn into lottery picks, but this is just my opinion. I've been wrong before and I'll probably be wrong again. Also, keep in mind, at this point, Brooklyn management is used to building teams at a disadvantage, even though most of their disadvantages turned into Celtic assets. I'm sure you guys get my point. It's crazy that since Christian Wood went down, that the Rockets have been on this massive losing streak, a losing streak that came after John Wall called himself the Rockets franchise player. A lot of fans have been giving John Wall hate for this, but I'm not going to be one of them. Wall hasn't been perfect this season. There's been a lot of bad possessions like this one where only 1 or 2 players touch the ball. Or this one that results in a missed mid-range jump shot. But for the most part, I think John Wall said what he said coming from a good place. He's just excited to be playing basketball again. And this is a guy that was a franchise player with the Washington Wizards. So naturally, he's going to want to be one of the Rockets' main guys. Quick question. Isn't it ironic that the Washington Wizards have been playing their best basketball as of late, and Russell Westbrook has been looking like a monster, while the Rockets have been struggling in the biggest of ways? We're going to revisit this trade again in a few weeks, but in the comments below, leave me your thoughts on who won the John Wall and Russell Westbrook trade. If you think nobody won that trade, drop that comment. I think it's personally still way too early to tell, but I have been enjoying watching the Washington Wizards play. I'm also going to enjoy the emergence of Justin Patton. If he can hold up on the defensive side of the basketball, he's got some big time offensive potential. Let me know what you guys think of everything. Clicking the video on the screen right now is a great way to support my channel. I'm Get Like Coop, bringing you guys the scoop until our next upload.